All right, so this is my brother, and introduce yourself, Danny.
Hi, I'm Daniel Wright. I'm 17 years old. I go to LaSalle High School. I'm a junior.
All right, Danny. So I'm gonna ask you a few questions.
Go for it.
All right. So when you're with like a group of guy friends, like what do you normally do?
Me and my guy friends, we smoke weed. We do that quite frequently. Other than that, yeah, we play music. I play guitar, so we'll just kind of jam, and then we like to go to parties and stuff, and hang out with girls.
That's cool. So when you're with girls, like, is it different the environment?
Um, there's definitely a different vibe that you feel when you're with girls as opposed to just a bunch of dudes, like your homies and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. Do you
Yeah.
feel like you have to impress? Or
Uh, I mean, I, I, somewhat. You're just not gonna be as open because there's certain things you disclose to only your friends, and you don't tell like the when you're with girls. No, yeah,
right.
necessarily tell them.
That makes sense. All right. So let's see. Have you ever experienced intimacy via technology, or what's your view on that?
Well, when I was like, a couple years ago, when I first went to high school, you would kind of establish like a texting relationship with the girl, and I was kind of into that for a while, and I got pretty like close with a couple of girls. But thinking back on it, like texting relationships are really just kind of dumb. You just can't really get that deep into a conversation, at least with most girls, for me.
Did you feel like after you texted them, like when you hung out with them in person, like you didn't really know them, or what was it like?
Yeah, I'd say so. But I definitely think you need to meet a person before you start texting them. Otherwise, you really have nothing to base any knowledge on them off of.
Right. Have you ever just you've texted people without ever meeting them?
Yeah, yeah. And that's the thing. Like, you really have nothing to base your conversation off of, and so it's just kind of uninteresting and dull, and you don't really know what to talk about. And you ask stupid questions that are just uninteresting and don't matter, and yeah.
Right. And all right. So, what do you think about Facebook? Like,
Um, I deleted my Facebook a couple of months ago. Some people get really into it, waste a lot of time on it. I'm not a fan of Facebook just because when I look at it, I just see a lot of people trying to look cool, and that's basically the whole point is people just trying to post things that they think make them appear, cool.
mm-hmm,
Yeah.
definitely. All right. And here's a question. So, at your high school, have you ever like seen sexting, or like do people are people involved in that?
Not anymore. That's just kind of an immature thing to do. Nobody really does it anymore. But
Mm-hmm.
like freshman and sophomore year, pictures would get around and stuff, and it's just kind of stupid. Like if I was a girl, I wouldn't want that getting around. It tarnishes your reputation.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Um,
But yeah, yeah, stuff has gotten around, but it's really not. I think you kind of grow out of that.
right. And so, at your high school, like, what are some big things? Like, is there a lot of drinking going on? And like,
Yeah. Yeah.
there is.
Yeah, there is a lot of drinking going on. Yeah, LaSalle, there's a lot of people who, I guess, party there. I party, I go to parties, I drink. Yeah. I don't really know what to say, but yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Anything else?
I think we got a lot of good information.
Alright.
Thank you, Danny. Or is there anything you'd like to say?
Regarding just
Just anything about
anything.
high school, about intimacy in high school.
I feel like to establish an intimate relationship with someone, you can't just base it off technology. Otherwise, it's just kind of superficial. You really have to meet a person in person. You have to get to know them in person to truly know that person and establish a deeper connection with them.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Danny.
Yeah, of course. Bye.
Toodaloo.